Hi Taurus, welcome to your love reading for September 2016. This month we are working with two decks and I will use this one for some additional confirmation. And if you enjoy these love readings, make sure that you check out my love readings posted every Wednesday. Okay, so let's go ahead and shuffle the cards. I've already properly shuffled. I'm just going to give the deck another quick shuffle just like this. This is a love reading for Taurus for September 2016. What energies are coming up for Taurus as far as love and romance for September 2016? Love and romance for Taurus, September 2016. Love and romance for Taurus, September 2016. Okay, so let's go ahead and get 9 cards now. First card is the Five of Wands. The Six of Wands. The Lovers. The Sun. The Tower. Eight of Cups. Knight of Coins. Okay, this one's to be picked, and it is the Star. Final card will be the Chariot. At the bottom of the deck, you have the Ten of Cups. And I forgot to mention it, but I am now making the card at the bottom of the deck kind of like, the main energy around your love life for that particular month. So for you, it is a Ten of Cups. A really positive card, about relationships, marriage, children, and just kind of being together. Okay, so let me just adjust all the cards so that you can see them. Okay, so you have a few things going on here. You start off with this energy of the Five of Wands. So this card can sometimes be tricky because it can mean that there's something going on with your partner, especially in a love reading. This card is usually like competition, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you have like somebody competing with you for your partner, unless other cards support it. And I don't see any cards like that in this reading, unless you really feel that applies to you. This can mean, also that people are just not understanding each other. So I feel like for those of you who are in a relationship, in September, you might find that you don't quite get where your partner is coming from, or they may not understand you. So if there's arguments that come up, or you feel like, maybe I made a mistake in being in this relationship, just understand that your first card is this energy of just like a struggle. This could even be a struggle going on inside of one of you, like this inner struggle of, being conflicted. It could even be about something that has nothing to do with the relationship, but it's just like either arguments or just kind of like not connecting and not getting along. I do see that here you have the Eight of Cups, which is this energy of like changing your mind and wanting to walk away because you don't feel connected to something or someone anymore. So for some of you, maybe not all of you, this will not apply to everyone, it could be that there's arguments that just won't go away because they're trying to tell you something about the relationship. For some of you, for those of you, this is not the partner for you and you've been trying to hang in there. If you feel like things are getting worse and worse, this is a sign for you to honor your emotions. If you're not happy in a relationship, it's for a reason. And this message is always to just walk away. Even if it's difficult for you emotionally or for your partner, The Eight of Cups is giving you the green light to look for happiness elsewhere because you are no longer happy. So I really felt like it tied in with this card because this is just kind of like conflicts and fighting and just like people like not even understanding each other anymore. Like I said, that will not apply to everyone, but it is in here. Now the second card is the Six of Wands. So this is, you know, a card of success. This is the victory card. So I feel, you know, especially for those where, you know, leaving is not an option. Leaving is not an option. I mean, look at, I mean, these two cards are side by side. The Five of Wands and the Six of Wands. I feel like, you know, for the majority of you, especially with the Ten of Cups as like, you know, the theme of this reading, which this card represents, like I said, happiness and family and children. There could be conflicts in September and, you know, times where you're like, you know, I don't understand my partner at all, or they don't understand me. You will overcome these obstacles because the Six of Wands means that as long as you're trying to succeed, you will. The Six of Wands is a hard-earned victory. So I feel like if you really hang in there, for those of you where you know you have this like perfect relationship, because this energy here from the Ten of Cups, it really does feel like there's a sense of belonging. You know, we see this puppy and this kitten kind of lying there before this fireplace. It looks cozy and it looks like they just kind of belong together. So I feel like there's this energy around a relationship where, you know, especially with the Lovers here as well. I feel like even though this could be, you know, your life partner, your twin flame, there could be something that comes up in September where you're just kind of bickering. But as long as you're patient and you're really trying to understand each other, I feel like you will overcome this. And then you have, you know, the ultimate card for love. You have the Lovers, the Major Arcana. So this is telling you that, you know, there's a significant relationship. And you do have, it's not just this card that you have that is connected to relationships. I mean, you have the Lovers, you also have the Sun and the Ten of Cups. And even to some extent the Star. So I feel like for those of you who are single, they're telling you that there is a potential, you know, significant relationship that could be there for you. A marriage or, you know, a twin flame relationship. There's just love is in love. There's this energy of love and commitment around you in September. But for those who are single, I feel like this really depends on your attitude, especially with something like the Five of Wands in the reading, because the Five of Wands can mean that there's a struggle going on inside of you, and that struggle, for those who are single, could be that you've become really pessimistic about your love life, or maybe you're feeling like you don't want to, you know, look for love anymore, because maybe you're tired of meeting the same kind of people, or you're bored with the whole thing. I feel like if you can overcome, you know, this energy, that there is a relationship waiting for you. And then we have the Sun. So the Sun, you know, is the most positive card in the Major Arcana, and you have it in your reading. The Sun is telling you that, you know, any challenges that you see here, any challenges, any arguments, for those who are in a relationship, you will succeed. Again, you have the Victory card. The Sun is just, you know, it's positive energy. It's positive. It is, you know, positive outcomes. It also represents, you know, marriage and children and stability and just kind of, you know, good things coming in. And you have this next to the Tower. So I feel like, you know, for some of you, there could be a completely, like, unexpected change in your love life. And that, you know, the Tower does not have to be a negative card. Some people are scared of it because they feel like it represents disaster or something like that. But I mean, it's next to the Sun, and the Sun is positive and outshines anything else in this reading. So I feel like for some of you, what could happen that is totally unexpected could be that you suddenly get married or engaged, or those of you who had been struggling with a relationship. I mean, I did mention the Eight of Cups. It could be that someone who was on the verge of separating or getting a divorce, it's just like, you know, someone calls it off, and you decide to stay together. The Sun, it just, you know, it shines its light over everything going on in this reading. So I feel like there could be a very positive, unexpected surprise with the Tower. But I also get the message that, especially for those who are single, you know, I mentioned being kind of getting pessimistic about your love life, that there's something positive that, you know, that is going to change in your love life. But this tower has to be torn down. The tower does represent sometimes, you know, your old life kind of crumbling away in order for something new to begin. So you might see something, for those of you who are in a relationship that doesn't serve you, you might kind of see that that relationship begins to fall apart so that you can find, you know, the partner that you actually have a future with. Or it could be if you're single, completely single, that your beliefs about your love life or about love in general, they have to change in order for you to receive this relationship that I see in the reading. And you know, in the Eight of Cups, I did mention as far as like leaving a relationship, but for those of you where there is no partner, this card can also mean leaving the past behind you, especially emotional baggage. They're telling you in this reading that there's some type of relationship waiting for you, a very committed relationship, but it's like you have to wave goodbye to someone, and it could be someone that is not even in your life anymore. You have to leave old emotions, past emotions, leave them in the past. Say goodbye to those, you know, negative thoughts that maybe you've been having about your love life or love in general. This is, you know, a message to walk away and move on. Now, down here you have the Knight of Coins. So for some of you, this could be, you know, someone who's an earth sign and you are an earth sign, but it could also mean someone else who's an earth sign. But this card also represents, you know, new people coming into your life. This is especially good for those who are single and hoping to meet someone. You have messages all over this reading telling you that there's the possibility for significant relationships. I mean, with a card like the Lovers in here and the Sun, that's not just a date. That can be marriage or your life partner. And the Knight of Coins is just telling you that, you know, there's an opportunity there for change, new people. But you have to kind of be out and about. That's the energy of the Knight of Coins. Change and movement leads to new experiences and new people. For those who are in a relationship, I feel like this mostly means that in the month of September, you will be looking at, you know, your problems and working through them. The Knight of Coins does represent progress, making progress, but kind of in a slow way. This night moves slower than the other nights, so I feel like you're moving in a positive direction for those of you who are in a really troubled relationship, but it could take time to really heal. Then you have the Star. So the Star is like the star of the show because it represents your hopes and wishes being granted. And this is pretty significant, especially lined up with the Tower here. I feel like, you know, again, it's like your ultimate wish, whatever that is, whether it's like meeting the one, if you're single. I see it all over this reading. Or if your wish is, you know, for a relationship to work out, you know, that looks like it's going to end, the unexpected could happen. And the relationship is saved and you're able to stay together as a couple. The Star also represents guidance. So I feel like you will know what to do, you know, as far as how to heal a relationship or how to, where you can meet a partner, what changes you have to make. The Star is guidance. Now, the final card that came up for you is the Chariot. So now, this is a major arcana, and this is all about big changes when it comes to your love life. So I feel like things will not be boring for you in September. There's an opportunity for you, for those who have been stuck in a rut. You'll finally see things move along. You might even be traveling, for those of you that maybe you have a partner that lives out of town, or it could be something that you meet someone who does not live in the same location as you and you travel to meet them. The Chariot just means like kind of movement, seeing changes and big movement in your love life. It also represents victory. So like I said, those who are struggling in a relationship where it looks like it could end, if you're really trying to make things work, I see that working out for you. Let's get some additional cards for you. What other confirmation is there for the sign of Taurus for September 2016? What additional messages are there for Taurus for September 2016? Four of Pentacles, Put that there. Wheel of Fortune. And the Sun. Wow. You got the Sun 2 times. I don't think this has ever happened in any of the readings. At the bottom of this deck, you have the 2 of Wands. Okay. So I'm just kind of amazed that you have the Sun 2 times. So this is like, you know, this is the confirmation that you need for those of you where you're dealing with a relationship that looks like it's going to end, or there's some type of like struggle that's going on that you feel like you can't overcome as a couple. The Sun is just, this is the ultimate card of positive energy and success and marriage and children and stability. So this is a confirmation that you need to know that you will be able to work this out. But, you know, the first card that you have up here is a 4 of Pentacles. And this is a card of, you know, of lack. We see the individual kind of up there in the tree, kind of holding on, trying to hold on to all their pentacles and holding on to the tree at the same time. It is a card of fear, of holding on to material things, and this is a love reading. This could be that some of you, those who are in a relationship, you're tempted to hold on to what you have because you're afraid of letting go. I especially get that this applies to some of you who are maybe in a relationship that doesn't serve you. Like I said, this reading is spelling out that there is love waiting for you, but for those of you that are in a relationship where you know it does not serve you, they're saying don't be afraid to let go so that you can find the partner who deserves you. But this could also mean that you're giving someone space, and they're saying don't be afraid of losing this person. You also have the Wheel of Fortune, another major arcana. So the Wheel of Fortune is telling you that this can be a very lucky time for you. I mean, especially when you have the Sun 2 times and you have the Star, your hopes and wishes. I especially feel like this is a good omen for those who are hoping to maybe get back together with a partner, or you've been single for a long time. It just seems like it's your lucky time. It's your time to be on top with the Wheel of Fortune. This card always represents change for the better. So for those of you where you feel like you've been kind of stuck in a rut, or you've just been in a bad cycle in a relationship or in your love life in general, this can be a time where everything changes. And like I said, the Sun is just telling you that there's a lot of, you know, positive energy around your love life in September. At the bottom of the deck, you had the 2 of Wands. So to me, this card, it can represent 2 things. Either you're choosing between 2 things, and for some of you, it could be that you are choosing between 2 partners. You know, for some in this reading, I did kind of feel that for some of you, you might be in a relationship that doesn't serve you. It could be that someone new comes in and that you're having to decide between 2 partners. But this card mostly means like a waiting period. It means a waiting period. So I feel like for some of you, especially with a card like, you know, the Knight of Coins down here, like I said, this represents slow progress. I feel like you can begin to heal a relationship or make things better. I feel like some of you, you're waiting for good news. You're waiting for a positive outcome. But like I said, with 2 cards, the Sun here 2 times, I feel like you will see that positive outcome. But for some, you may not see the entire story kind of play out in September. This could be something that, you know, kind of rolls over into October. Okay, Taurus, this has been your love reading for September 2016. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will speak to you again next month.